Okay, so Fahad, what else do you have?
I was just thinking of all the issues that are cropping up nowadays, especially with the Udaipur thing that has happened. And I was just thinking that suppose you have a child, all right, and that child, you send him to school and he has a fight with some other child, okay, and the other child mocks you, like the child mocks me, right? And what my son or daughter, they comes up to me and says, he said so and so things about you. So the next thing I tell him is, okay, fine, go chop off his head. Does that make any sense? Like any
That
person you tell that
doesn't.
story to, that'll make
Hmm.
no sense, right? But if you say replace everything with either Muhammad or Allah and the child with a man, people will be like, yeah, 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 this is totally logical. This makes total sense to do this. Like, and it makes no sense at all. Like, I can't understand why would anyone, agree to like do such a thing. Like, and I also feel that like the thing that the other child might have said to me, like he might have said, oh, your father is like, to my son, he might have said, oh, your father is really ugly. So I might have been really ugly. That's why it hurt me. So that I said such a ridiculous thing to do for my son to the other kid. So what I'm trying to say is that it's just so ridiculous. Like the whole situation is so ridiculous. I can't understand why people are so brainwashed that they can, go ahead and do all of these things. It makes like absolutely no sense. Like
I think
people have
only an
lost.
absolutely useless person can do such a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's say you have a job and you're supporting your family.
Hmm.
You would never do such a thing.
It's surprising though, because the guy who did the thing has come on record to say that, oh, I don't care about my family. I don't care about anyone else. I don't care about my mama, papa, job, nothing. And
So he was already useless to them. Because such a kind of,
absolutely.
because that's the thing. If you care, because I think whenever you think of doing something really difficult in your life, you always think of the people who are around you rather than yourself. That's the more
Hmm.
important thing.
Yeah.
It's not
Also,
about yourself.
mhm.
It's about other people who are around you,
Yeah.
who depend on you. If something happens to me, what will happen to my wife? That would be the first thing that comes to my mind is always
Mhm.
this. It's not about me. If let's say someone kills me, okay, I'm done. Nothing would happen to me.
Mhm.
Nothing would be able to hurt me anymore when I'm dead.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
but these people, I don't know, they hate their families. They don't love anyone. I don't know what kind of psychological problems these people have, that because they don't care for anyone. That's such a stupid thing. And if that is happening through Islamic brainwashing, then this means Islam is just too dangerous.
Yeah.
You cannot
I, I totally agree
cannot
with you
accept what it
because,
is doing.
no, I totally agree with you. It is a type of disease that is growing in the brains of these people. Because, to be honest, I've heard in your other streams that you are quite fascinated by neuroscience. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I think was hearing one of those videos that you had recorded on your channel where you had a person who was discussing free will with you. I think she was female. I'm not sure. But yeah,
Right.
yeah. So if I remember correctly, the discussion was that free will is an illusion, and all of
Hmm.
us are acting basically just based on our own programming and cultural input. You can say whatever we kind of experience on nature, whatever we have around us, right? The randomness that around surrounds us, that kind of determines our action. So it's clear that the people who are getting indoctrinated by all of these things are suffering from mental illness, because if you think about it, if like if we are acting without any free will, then everyone in the world is I don't know how to like make myself I don't know if I'm putting it out eloquently. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that the if the environment is responsible for what you think, then why should we not consider this to be a disease? If someone is actually going out and killing people, then isn't this causing psychiatric illness in society, really, isn't it? Like someone is ready enough to kill for just some thought crime, literally. Like that makes me think that this is not something which is normal.
Yeah, but every society has people who are psychiatrically, ill, mental problems are there. But you have to see that what is causing this synergetic effect of, extreme behavior. And I think in the Islamic world or even in India right now, we can see that it is Islam that is the catalyst for all of this extremist thought right now that is going on. In Pakistan, you can see it all over the Western world. You can see it Australia, New Zealand, any country in the world where Muslims exist. You can see that some of them would do something truly fanatic, and later on they would say, "Okay, this guy was a mental patient." But the problem is
Yeah.
not this. The problem is we can accept that that person was a mental patient, but Islam is the one that has called synergism here, and the person has become a totally nut job and has done something truly horrible, though it be driving trucks over people in Germany or United Kingdom, or though it be shooting in churches in the United States, or though it be beheading people in India and Pakistan. All of that happens
Mm,
because Islam causes this synergy with this maybe mental problems.
mm. Yeah, and also one of my friends who was a complete liberal, like liberal person, like you wouldn't even think. I don't think I ever seen him do any religious activity. Recently, I found out that he's joined some sort of a cult of Babaji, and just through Facebook, I got to know that he got married through someone he met through the Babaji as well. Then I was so shocked to see all of that because I was like, how can someone who I know, who I never seen be religious or anything, follow some random, God man? And if I tell you the name of the God man, you will be surprised that anyone even follows this guy. And this guy went ahead and he's very highly educated. Okay. So, and both of them are highly educated, like the husband and wife now, both were arranged, like kind of arranged through this Babaji. Both of them are highly educated. Uh, I can't understand why would someone go into this mumbo jumbo nonsense of, like, like just
That
and if you
happens.
see, yeah,
That
yeah,
happens because people just don't happen to understand how this thing
mhm,
works. And I think lack of education, lack of basic know-how, lack of psychology, lack of rational thought is basically all that is leading to these kinds of behavior.
in this case, I
And
think, yeah, sorry, please.
it's not going to end till we properly understand what is happening. And
In this, yeah,
the sorry state of affairs is that till now we don't want to understand it, not
mm,
in the Islamic world at all.
mm,
So yeah.
mm. In this case, I think definitely, I think the reason these guys fell into, no, I know, probably I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, but I think this guy was in a very vulnerable state in his life. I think in a few years, like maybe when he fell into this. So I think probably this Babaji must have predicted something or done something, I don't know, that might have come out true. And those two things he might have just correlated. Oh, so he said this and my life improved, and so that's why I should follow him. And I think once you become in love with someone like that, I don't think it's very difficult to break that. bond between that person and that follower. And then basically these guys just become like fanatical. If they become like, like, oh my God, like we have to do everything that this man or woman says, otherwise we'll be suffering, uh, you know, consequence. Although they would be completely rational in other aspects of life, they will have their professional jobs, they will be doing everything rationally, they'll be taking decisions rationally. Otherwise, this part of their brain just shuts off. Like, okay, no, this guy, he knows better than me, although he might know nothing
Okay,
better than
Fahad,
anything.
I'll move on. Okay,
No
and
problem.
nice talking to you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. 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 See you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.